And go.
Hey, here we are. It's me, it's Aaron, it's Jason, my friend. We're here to talk to you about week 3, heading into week 4 of the SoonerNation Fantasy Football League. Jason, it's a good day for our teams. I feel like we're both sky high right now.
Absolutely. This is as good as this show is going to get the rest of the year right here.
Yeah. An improbable come from behind Monday Night Football victory over a division foe to get the score of the week, the high score of the week, after a day before a previous owner was slandering me for my devotion to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, was trying to embarrass me about it. Well, he's the one trading away half his team now, damn it. How's that taste? Let's go. I was thinking about it. Like with the whole Tua injury, going into season ago, it was like, oh, I don't want to touch this guy. It's like, we know it's going to be awesome if it works. But it was like, we were all afraid. Josh got him for a steal, took it all the way to a championship.
Yeah.
And then he stayed at the roulette table another turn. He hit the jackpot and he was like, I'm going to double it. And that came up double zeros, baby. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And I think that what is the term in gambling when you chase your losses? Are we going to get I have some slides for later for one of these teams, but what is that? Is there a term for that? On tilt?
I think it is.
On tilt.
Is that it?
In poker, you're on tilt. But is it chasing your losses when you
yeah, that's what I've heard. Chasing.
Okay, chasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Man, that is absolutely, I think, what's happening. This may be the most disliked show of the year between the most disliked owners of the season. You know
we're
what?
Going to be insufferable.
This might get just 3 views. Me, you, and Caden Lahan. That may be the only 3 people that watch this show. They're just going to skip on to week 4.
Yeah.
You want to start, or do you want to have?
Yeah. Let's just go. Let's just start looking back.
Okay, great. Well, I'll get the old PowerPoints up here. I think I've got like 60 slides. So let's get ready for an hour and a half long show. And I am so ready. I am so excited to.
What's funny is people hearing that can look down at the little bar and they know. I don't know. This could be an hour and a half. I don't know it, but the people hearing us right now, they know the truth. That's weird. There's some time travel stuff going on here.
I love it. So let's get to the week 3 recap, week 4 preview show. And here we go.
Man.
Caden Lahan. Caden Lahan with his first victory of the year. Break it down. And I got some slides after this about the posts.
Yeah. I'm excited for your slides. I wanted to talk about Caden here because Dak Prescott was maliciously slandered by Caden on here last week. And what is that I see there? 56.6? Yeah. Now, okay, Dash was trash through 3 quarters, but baby, 56.6. I mean, we're talking fantasy football here. I don't want him to be the quarterback of my real life team, but man, I'll take a 56.6. It's a good thing too, though, because with the exception of James Cook, man, the rest of Mahoney just did not get out of the bed. His bench was bringing it, though, Jason. Jason, do you have Brad ready to come on and join us to talk about Chris's BMI this week? God, look at all those points on the bench.
Watch this. Oh, no. I had
so many slides. Spoiler alert.
I had a slide. Oh, here it is. Here's the slide I'm looking for. This is the BMI slide right here. Look at it.
167.
This is the optimal lineup slide, the BMI slide that I was sorry for that, taking you through all those previews of those slides to come, but this is the optimal slide with Jawan Jennings, Amari Cooper, and Chuba inserted into that lineup. 167.8.
Jeez, man.
No Brad, but I had a slide.
Yeah. On the Ghost, Brian Robinson Jr. looked great. Felt like he was playing better than his numbers showed up.
Yeah.
Rachaad White's trending the wrong way, and I guess Josh got ahead of that and got rid of him. It's odd though, because I went back and looked at his rosters from the championship games, and in the semis and in the finals, Rachaad White was his only running back. He was running out the 3 receiver, just the of death.
Whoa!
And then just Rachaad. It was his sole running back from the championship, and he's just kicked him to the curb.
Wow!
But no, the news is trending against Rashad White keeping that job. So
Yeah, I agree.
Josh was just getting ahead of that. But I do like to, boy, no loyalty there. Cutthroat. Cutthroat.
Do you
I
want
think
to go ahead?
I was just gonna say, like, I think Amon-Ra St. Brown, he remains elite, but he's looking around in the Ghost locker room like, what the hell just happened?
Well,
Who's this team?
Well, I have these 3 screenshots from previous trades that Josh has undergone in the month of September and late August. So you got August 28th, you got September 21st, and September 5th. So I did this slide here with the traded away and then the ghost received in August and September. And then I happened to jump on the old message board this morning and see that there are 2 more trades that the Galloping Ghost underwent. This on the morning of the 24th. I think the Ghost got better in both of these trades, actually. So I think he got the 4 better players that I would want of the 4 he traded away. But let's just take a look at this. This is the trades that have happened between August 28th and September 24th from Josh. He can look at this and he can make some corrections, but I think this is who he has traded away and who he has received over the last month. So the guy is now we've had Trade Foo and we've had Trade Zilla. What are we going to call the Galloping Ghosts in this chasing world that he exists in right now?
Tradegasm. I don't know. He's driven by some force beyond our understanding. I don't. He is just he's frothing. He's a rabid trader. Cujo. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I do think that Josh tries to get ahead. I think he sees Tua hurt, may not come back. You know what? I'm going to get rid of Tyreek. I think that he sees Xavier Worthy as like the future. And then after 3 games, he's like, he's not the future. You know, it's going to be Rashee Rice. You know, like, and he tries to be able to, you know, Rashad White's time might be over. It might be Bucky Irving's time. So I'm going to make sure I get rid of him at the peak value. I think Josh is of all the owners in our league, he is I am going to try to buy low and sell high,
leverage,
as much as I possibly can. It's just that some of the like Rashid Shathid, whatever, I just, you know, I think that there's a lot of what Josh is trying to do is trying to get ahead and leverage that in some ways more than any other owner.
Yeah, well, definitely, because like Jalen Waddle, kind of a depressed asset right now. He got him for not much, but
same thing with Anthony Richardson. Super
exactly. Yeah, coming off a bad game, but the ceiling is still there to be astronomical. So
absolutely,
he's finding a way to buy low, and evidently he doesn't believe in the Saints and Shaheed. Yeah, I do. I like Devonta Adams better than Tyreek Hill for this year, and then Tyreek Hill is going to be 32. I like Devonta a little less if Aiden O'Connell ends up getting that job, but I think they'll keep Gardner going for a while. So I think
super interesting right now to be able to kind of try to be able to track that down. Sorry, Josh. Thanks for watching along with the rest of your family. I know that you asked your family to come to the living room to watch the entire show every week on Wednesday night instead of going to church. So thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks. This has been your Josh segment. I wanted to make sure that was extended a little bit longer. And so here was the breakdown. Josh at 1 and 2 headed into week 4.
Man, yeah.
So
a lot of season left, though. I mean, we don't know anything right now.
Whoa. The next game features the Cobras at 140 points. When did this happen?
Man, what a roller coaster. Like, Breece Hall gets off to a decent start Thursday night. And side note, I hate it if I got a guy on Thursdays. It's just like, get out of the game healthy.
It's
just
the worst.
Survive. Yeah. Just survive. Jonathan Taylor comes in. He flexes his way to 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. I started chalking this up like a Cobra win. The Rhinos were not going quietly in the night, though. My 2 great running back games, and I felt like I had 2 great running back games. He had 2 better running back games. So yeah, just Singletary outplays Breece Hall, and Derrick Henry just leaves Jonathan Taylor in the dust.
Dude,
DK Metcalf dropped 16 points on me. He still remembers being on my team. There's a little revenge factor for me there. Suddenly the Cobras are reeling. And then Seattle just takes on the neutered Dolphins. And, man, by the time Drake London scores a touchdown, I felt like the week was over, even though I had 4 guys left. Going into Monday night, we're down 81 points. And, Oh, here we go. Tell them move around when the Kings come. Yeah, here comes Dalton Kincaid. First touchdown of the year. And I'm like, all right, okay. I mean, we needed something like this. Yeah, I still don't think it's happening, but man. And recall last week on the show, I said whoever's tight end maybe shows up, gets the job done, and one guy's had to ride out on the cart.
Absolutely.
But yeah, sidebar there. When Chase caught the deep TD to start the game, I was like, well, I still don't think it's going to happen, but now I'm starting to think like, okay, I'm going to have a respectable score. You score 100 points and you lose, you're like, well, I'm still not going to feel too bad about myself. But man, the plays just kept coming. My kicker's starting to get points, and then, man, it was beautiful. I wanted to cry. Look at that, my boys. When Chase got that first touchdown, I jumped up and I was cheering, and Sarah was like, "What's going on?" And I tried to tell her like I've kind of built this cornerstone of my team, this foundation here of these two guys, and here it is, like finally bearing fruit. And I saw her eyes glaze over a little bit, but I think she understood.
At 7:37, you texted me, "Go home, RT Sports, you're drunk," because it had you, even though you were down over 50 points, you were an 89% chance to win, according to RT Sports, after the first touchdown, when Joe had 11 points and Chase had 10.
Yeah, like I was like, RT Sports, do you think Dalton Kincaid's going to get 3 more touchdowns tonight? Because he's going to finish with 10. Like, we're not getting, come on. I like to poop all over the RT Sports algorithm, but Nostradamus, they knew before any of us.
Well, let me take you through the screenshots I have of your percentage chance according to the algorithm that's happened. So I have at 8:02, it still had you as a 66% lead at 8:02. Then at 8:28, it has you at 59. At 8:43, it has you as a 64% chance to win. At 8:48, a 40% chance to win.
Oh.
At 8:49, a 20% chance to win. And then the last touchdown happens.
Yes.
And the Cobras take down what was going to be the undefeated Raging Rhinos to take the victory. Congratulations, Aaron. I hope I never have to show these slides again in the history of the show.
I want to hang that one in my house. That last one, that is art you found. Did Cody paint that? That is pretty.
Oh man, how did you feel for a week 3 win? I mean, it just has to feel like you treated your Aspens in the house. Your other kids are off at their own place, but you had to just just bring home flowers to your wife and bring home Krispy Kreme donuts in the morning for your daughter. It's all roses and flowers and donuts at the Copeland house.
Yeah, this is what we live for. There's no better win.
Congratulations. I'm sure the league is sick of this, but tough luck to Caden to have to wallow in the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. He trashes you last week, and then you got this. This is the image.
So beautiful. I got tears.
Well, let's talk about what I thought ended up being the second game of the week. This incredible game between two teams that ended up being 2-1.
Oh, I got my notes out of order here.
Do we need to take a timeout, a break? You need to cool yourself off, have a little cigarette or
I thought this was our game of the week.
Sorry, buddy. I got that out of order. This was the game of the week.
Yeah, so your fault. Okay.
Yeah. I got too excited. Googling Joe and Chase images.
It didn't have the high scores, but came through with our closest battle of the week.
For sure.
This is the kind of win where you're relieved that you got the W, but you don't feel great about your team. But it's like, okay, we got through this. Every team's going to have down weeks, and if you get a win on your down week, well, that's just feel like you're lucky. John's got reasons for optimism, though. It sounds like Jordan Love's going to be back, pretty soon.
Yeah. So.
Baker Mayfield turned back into a pumpkin. Brock Purdy may have stolen that job while Jordan Love's been hurt. I feel like Saquon Barkley's like clearly the number 1 running back to have this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this is a floor game for CeeDee Lamb. On Jay's side, I think Rashee Rice, he's like a top 5 wide receiver the rest of the year. Like,
absolutely, the guy looks incredible.
Yeah, he boy, there's just no stopping him. He's getting all the old Kelsey routes every time. He's just
Yep.
getting those easy. I mean, they make him look easy. It's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid working together, so it's easy. And
But he
Rashee
just
Rice, he's
he
breaking
finds those
tackles.
spots in the zones and he just sits
Yeah,
down and he gets extra.
yeah,
He gets 12 more yards after everything.
yeah.
So looks
Interesting.
awesome.
Jay traded away Jalen Hurts. I think he might have just been sick of him. I know sometimes Jay just gets tired of players and he's just had it. Um, I don't know. I might rather have Goff anyway. If you think that Ben Johnson's going to get that offense going, I don't know. It's big.
Yep, it was. This was an exciting game. It looked to me like Rashee was going to on Sunday night put him over the top. Just maybe one more catch, and didn't get it done. It was the Rashee versus the Chiefs on the Sunday night, kind of going back and forth. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was playing out. Great drama.
Yeah, it was great. It's just it was a great week. It was a great week in the league. Great week in the league for sure. And how about Josh Allen here, buddy?
Man, Chad with a decent effort here, but not even close to beating Shane.
Yeah.
93, that's enough to win a lot of leagues, but a lot of weeks, but not when you're facing Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Man, for the Monday Nighter for the ages, like just making it look easy against the Jaguars. He outscored any two of Chad's quarterbacks combined.
Wow.
The Packers defense just stuffed the Titans in a locker, 23 points. Jameson Williams, Brandon Ayuk, those are disappointments, but AJ Brown's going to be back here pretty soon, maybe this week. So that's going to elevate that room. Good news, bad news situation for Chad when your running back outscores your quarterback. Like Kyron Williams with this gigantic, like Todd Gurley game. Bucky Irving, it's looking like he's going to take over in Tampa. In my notebook I keep during the games, it just says Chad equals Jeff Fisher. And I don't know what that means. I don't even know if it's negative or positive. I don't know. Do you think Josh Allen's the clear number one quarterback now?
Yes, 100%.
In our league?
Yes, I absolutely. Yeah. I think that so he looks amazing. And I think that he puts your team kind of what you need in this league, which is a ton of points from your quarterback. And if they're in a spot, kind of reminded me of where the Chiefs were when they traded away Tyreek Hill versus them trading away Stefon Diggs, everyone kind of being, they're not going to be as good. And it really doesn't matter. He's that good with the weapons that he's got.
Yeah. He gets those easy passes and then he can run for every third down he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, only runs when he has to.
Remarkable. Yeah.
How about this game?
Man.
Dude abides to 0-3.
Yeah, Cute intern Brandon off to a good start, 2-1, fourth highest score of the week. Just planted the dude out in the backyard. It's not all great. I did just mention the whole good bad of your running back outscoring your quarterback. Brandon had his defense outscore his quarterback. But man, Malik Neighbors is so much fun to watch. Currently the number 2 wide receiver in our scoring. He is, I mean, he's everything you could want. He's God, I wish I had him.
With no quarterback. I mean, the guy.
Yeah, he's making Daniel Jones into a Drew Brees. Yeah.
I mean, Brandon had the stones to take him, even though he didn't have a quarterback. And the guy looks, if you're redrafting wide receivers, he goes top 5 right now.
Yeah,
for sure. Maybe top 3.
He looks unguardable. It just doesn't matter. He's just going to get open.
Yeah.
I do have a fun wide receiver note that's Brandon centric.
Go ahead.
Deontay Johnson of his Carolina Panthers. He currently has more fantasy points than Garrett Wilson, and that's 3 games with Aaron Rodgers and Bryce Young for 2 games. Wow. I don't think it means anything, but I just thought it was fun because it was.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, and Deontay, boy, I have a stat coming up later about that Carolina Panthers. But we talked about the kind of the quarterback roulette for the dude abides, but we have to throw out the game Jayden Daniels had. I mean, speaking of like Anthony Richardson versus Jayden Daniels, I think that Jayden Daniels might be everything that I wanted or hoped Anthony Richardson could be. That game on Monday night was just absolutely magical, and in a stratosphere that was, I think that I've heard that in the 3 games he's played this year, they have had chances where 2 games where they've not punted yet. Not punted.
It's absurd.
And
yeah.
It's just unbelievable. So just a shout out to Jaden Daniels. That guy looks like he's super fun to root for. But who does? I mean, I think the Carr doesn't have Fields, and I think Carr now no longer has Richardson. So he's choosing between Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels. Two pretty good quarterbacks to choose from.
You know, and this is I know I'm in a minority here. I would have rather had Anthony Richardson than Jaden Daniels.
Oh, for right now or for the future?
For future, for like playing it out. I think I'm going to look like an idiot for this statement. You can pull this up in 2 years when he's the best quarterback in the league. I'm not as high on Jaden Daniels, even after what we saw last night.
Too skinny?
I think he's going to get broken at some point. Yeah. I think he's not as sophisticated a processor. I think he's got like the limited, he's going to make a throw and then he's going to run. And I think they're going to catch up to him. I think defensive schemes are going to catch up, but I'm fully admitting I'm going to look like the biggest idiot for that when he's the best quarterback in the league in a year and a half. I
thought Anthony Richardson was going to be the face of the league, and I'm already ready to be like, nah, after 3 weeks, nah, I think that Jaden's going to be better. So take us through the only undefeated team left in the league here.
Oh, my goodness. The only undefeated team. Karate Kids finished division play with a clean slate. Man, CJ Stroud quasi-poops the bed, but the Pharisees cannot take advantage. Justin Jefferson is just inevitable like Thanos. I love the Olave trade for the Pharisees. I think the Hellhounds are going to regret that one.
Yeah.
Feels like T. Higgins is probably going to have some better future scoring. It looked like Joe was kind of trying to force it into him. Got some high leverage targets, so I think those are going to bear fruit. Bijan needs to average more than 2 yards a carry. Man, look at you! Like Kenneth Walker gets hurt, you can just plug in Charbonnet for 22. Man, if you could straight up right now, would you trade Jordan Mason for Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, what a good question. I probably would.
What if we're not in a redraft? What if it's just a redraft league?
Probably not. The idea of someone going to Germany in week 3 of the NFL season, if I were a Niners fan or an owner of CMC, I just would be terrified. It sounds like you might be on ice for a very, very long time.
Yeah. So you would make the trade if you could have him next season?
Yeah.
Because you're not counting on it this year at all. Yeah. Okay.
No. I mean, I picked up Isaac Guerrero, the rookie running back, to back up my backup. I mean, that was one of my free agent acquisitions because I was like, Jordan Mason may be my best player on my team, and he may be the best player on my team the rest of the year. So I guess I need to keep his backup too, just in case he gets hurt, because that's the player that they're going to put in. And that system and that coach, we don't have time on the show.
Yeah, you just want the guy.
I want that player. I want that player. No players highlighted, and as far as picture wise, I'm not sure if you're noticing, but I'm trying to pick a picture of the player in the game that they played for each of these, of some player that you talked about. And I only picked one, I guess, for this league, because that guy, he may have scored 3 points in the second half. I thought I was going to get roasted because I think he had 35 in the first half, and then he just didn't score any points in the second half. And so it led, and he was upset that they didn't keep the pedal on the gas. So I'm not as worried about John as I was earlier in the year. I think he's got a good team, and I think that this guy's going to have more 50-point games rather than settling for 38-point games. So
that was wild the way they just did not. I know the answer to this question.
Okay, just trivia question for the league. I'm sure most of these tweets and Facebook posts and things everyone's already seen, articles, but there's one player with 300 passing yards and 3 pass TDs in a game. Go ahead and let us know who it is.
It's the Red Rifle, I believe. Yes.
Rifle. Holy smokes. Look at that image with how awesome he looks with Bryce Young being this tiny little boy in the background. When I saw this, I was like, I got to screen cap that and put it in the show. Let's go through our league standings. It looks like there's, again, only one team that's undefeated in the league, and only one team with, 2 teams with 0 losses in the Duda and the Rowdy Romper. Each week, we're looking at the point standings. Russell Sweat Sox with Josh having the week ahead, just right above the Vipers. But then the Cobras and the kids,
inching up there,
just right behind. Oh, this is a little feature. What do you think this number is here for?
You got me on this one. I'm stumped.
Okay, it has to do with the waiver wire.
Oh, is this money Shane spent on a player nobody else bid on?
Money Shane spent on a player nobody else bid on. $103 for Kareem Hunt. Congrats to Shane for spending $102 million. But I got a quick story to tell you about Wednesday's pickup of Emmanuel Wilson, the running back. Did you happen to be one of the people that bid 11, 24, or 31 on Emmanuel Wilson?
No, I was outbid on Tyler Beatty.
Okay.
Josh got me there, and I was outbid on the Vikings defense. Those are my two outbids.
Okay. I have a quick story here. I had a great morning. It's a little bit extra in the for the show. I had a great morning. One of my close friends became a U.S. citizen today, so I went down to that ceremony and experienced that. It's my first time I've ever done that before. It was really cool. Really watching 50 people become Americans for the first time was very emotional, and it was really cool. Really, really amazing experience. And so I'm in the car headed home, and I'm thinking to myself, I have a $29 bid in for Emmanuel Wilson, and I just want a piece of that Green Bay offense in case Josh Jacobs gets hurt. I already have Marshawn Lloyd on my IR. I was like, man, if I could get a hit on a rookie running back for Green Bay with Jordan Love in that system, I would love it. So had a $29 bid, had it at 24 yesterday, 29 this morning. I'm in the car. It's 11:57. I think to myself, I just want him. I don't want to lose him. So I'm in the car, and I decided to pull up waiver wire 11:57, 11:58. I said, you know what, guys, I'll go 34. I'll go from 29 to 34. 11:59 hits. I press start, and I press save, and it saves it. And then I get to the next stoplight, and I hit the one of my favorite moments of the week is seeing this chart on Wednesday. And I just felt like I won the week with the bid in the car to move from 29 to 34 to be able to snag him. Now,
that's Indiana Jones reaching under the wall reaching under the door before it closes, and you grab the hat. You grab that hat. You grabbed Emmanuel Wilson.
And then I had a friend, I had told this story too a second ago. It's like, yeah, Emmanuel Wilson will probably tear his ACL this week, and he'll just be out the money. And I was like, you stop that. You stop that. You stop that last week. So
bad thoughts.
Okay, let's take a little bit of look at the baseball league.
Yeah, Lydell.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, so close to 200.
You can see the wins and losses here, but the car is obviously the team of the week. Dak, Prescott, Hubbard, Hopkins, Cooper, and Rice. Holy smokes. Breaking that 200 barrier is the dreams of John Middendorf, who I believe thinks he broke 200 in a championship game with Mark Bolger, but I think that's just probably his memory going bad. That's probably just his memory going bad. That really possibly couldn't have happened. Let's take a look at the standings of the best ball league. You've got the Vapors on top with 8 victory points. Vapors and Smitty, only 2 teams undefeated. And no teams have 0 losses. So we look at that. And then we have the picks contest. No time to really look at this. Everyone sees this on its own, but I wanted to celebrate the Rhinos being 2 games over everybody. And
what a job.
Leading to the overall picks contest with pretty good week to be the host of this show.
Right.
With a 60% win percentage. And then the Survivor contest.
Yes, our champion. Survivor champion.
We have a champion. Before we get to naming the champion, I would like to be able to bring up this tweet, which I found astounding. The first time in over 70 years, the biggest underdog in each of the first 3 weeks win outright. So in week 1,
twice it was the Bengals.
Yes. And you can see that in this, it happened that we have a champion. We have a champion. Survivor champion. Coach Shane Cowherd, congratulations. A round of applause. If you're watching at home or watching again on your couch with the Weiss family, go ahead and a round of applause right now for the first champion of the year, Shane Cowherd.
Yeah, and doing it in 3 weeks. I mean, boy, we're bad at this.
Yeah, and we can just cut this section of the show. The rest.
We don't have to worry about this.
Might save us to a minute. So speaking of segments of the show, the SuperContest. This week, Chris came back to earth with 1 win, and Weiss with another 4-point lead.
Yeah, man, he is leaving us in the dust.
Yeah, so here's your
Yeah.
standings after I asked this after week 3.
Mm.
You've got Weiss with 10, and then Smitty and A2 are behind him a little bit there.
Mm.
And now we
Yeah.
get to the week 4 preview. Thanks for sticking with us this
Yes.
long. Aaron, what do we got this week? I think I have the right game of the week. I may have to do some editing. So take us
Yeah.
away with Ghost versus
We'll
Hellhounds.
figure it out.
I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, the 1 and 2, Josh versus John, 2 and 1. The Ghosts won last year, week 6, 108 to 99. I feel like Devonta Smith's concussion looms pretty large on this game. Even if he doesn't play, I kind of like Hurts to outplay Purdy. Is AJ Brown going to play? I think he might. Eagles game just looms over this though, because Saquon Barkley, I think he's going to be out, win running back battle by himself. I don't expect much from Ford, so he's going to need it. I feel like Weiss needs a big HN breakaway run. I don't know. Is this going to be a CeeDee Lamb revenge game? Is he going to be angry the Ghost cut him loose? I've got it super narrow, and I didn't think I was going to do this. I'm going to go with the Hounds.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that Josh did and the last 2 trades this morning that I saw, I'm taking the Ghost to get back on track against the Hounds. I also realize I'm 2 picks down. You have a 2-pick lead on the games.
Yeah.
And so I've only been picking 1 or 2 games against you on the season. So I got to make up some ground. So I may waffle
I'm giving
my
you.
picks. I think maybe I'm like Josh and I'm just chasing, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So I think that was a great breakdown, but I don't think Devonta Smith's going to be back.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I don't know. I kind of believe that at some point Amon-Ra St. Brown will show that he was one of the best players in the league last year. Maybe not the week, but we'll see. How about that Tennessee-Miami game? The quarterback battle there
That's
is going to be
nasty.
something else. That
It's
may
so
have to be a
nasty.
must-watch game. Levis versus whoever might start for Miami.
Yeah, Skylar Murray.
Well, yeah, you didn't put your defense in here before I screenshot this a few hours ago, but take us through your matchup this week.
Yeah, now I do generally think Allen is the better quarterback as we've discussed, but I kind of like Burrow a little better this week against Carolina as opposed to Josh Allen versus Buffalo.
Josh Allen versus Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Baltimore. Thank you. Ravens aren't what they were last year, but I think they're going to give him more trouble than the Panthers give the Bengals. Also, I feel like the Bengals are going to be kind of like kitchen sink desperate at 3-0. So I think they're just going to come out firing. I hope. I don't know. I hate Jonathan Taylor playing the Steelers. I still think it's a slight Cobra edge at running back. I would really love AJ Brown's hamstrings to cooperate and keep him out of the game. I feel like all the narrative about Brandon Ayuk, I feel like he could really break out against the Patriots. I'm kind of afraid of that. If AJ Brown plays, I like Shane to beat me at wide receiver. But man, start everybody against the Bengals. So I think Deontay Johnson probably has a big game. And I'm gonna go Cobras, make it 3 in a row.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm taking the Sox. I'm betting on Josh Allen.
I'm giving you some easy ones to go for here.
So I'm pretty excited about getting them in this matchup. But
yeah, I gave you Josh and Shane.
Yeah. But that Deontay Johnson pickup of yours at the draft, and to be able to stick with him and not drop him after the potential to drop him in the first 3 weeks may really reward you, because the Red Rifle looked incredible. And just the rising tide raises all boats. I don't know if that's the phrase, but my goodness,
yeah,
Carolina looks so much better. And it's not like people don't have tape on Andy Dalton. I mean, there's lots
right.
of tape on Andy Dalton. So
yeah, his flaws are well known.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about this battle of a couple people that you can find in the pews at OKC First Church on Sunday morning?
Yes, yeah, 2-1 Rhinos, 1-2 Pharisees. The Rhinos won week 5 last year, 99-83. Which former league MVP do you like at your quarterback? I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson here. Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league, I think, but it's not been translating to fantasy points.
I agree.
For a while. I feel like Bijan versus Henry is kind of a wash. Henry's been outplaying him, but Bijan's considered like on that level. Najee's banged up. I don't know. He's got Singletary in there now. Singletary's been playing great. I like him way more than Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know. It's hard to trust him after the turd he left on the field last week.
Wait,
I don't know who
wait
John's
something.
going to settle. Okay, he's got McLaurin in there now. Either way, I like Jeff wide receivers better. Team Rhino this week.
Okay, I'm taking the Rhinos too, even though I like Lamar. I do think that we've just talked about your matchup with some Buffalo players on Sunday night, both quarterback and on your side, I think you've got a kicker and a tight end. I just again another just incredible Sunday night game this week.
Yeah,
Just the NFL is such a fantastic product, and actually liked the two Monday night games because one was a dud and one was awesome. So it just was it's great. The Sunday night game is just Collinsworth and Al and going. I mean,
yeah,
it's just
yeah. It feels warm.
oh, just so
Yeah,
great, and the matchups are just so delightful. This Buffalo Baltimore game is just going to be awesome. Uh, to me, it's the game of the week, and it gets to be a standalone. So it's such a
yeah. It's
gift to
beautiful.
us the viewer. So, how about a 1-2 Caden Chris Lahan team
Yeah,
facing a defeated Dudabites?
yeah. This is ugly. Mahoney won last year, week 6, 102-62. I think Dak just feasts on the Giants. You never know which Jeremy quarterback's going to hit the jackpot this week. I kind of thought he'd have Jaden Daniels in there, really, but he's
I
got
I
Kyler.
think he probably will. They play one another. Maybe he could
Yeah,
petition the commission and Lahan and to play both of them. He could just choose the team
yeah,
that
yeah. You
did
flip.
better.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know. I like Chris a lot better at running back. Although interesting to see who he goes with because he's going to have to sit. I guess he's sitting Chuba even after that big week.
Yeah,
Looking at their wide receivers just gave me a headache. I know why Jeremy doesn't have any hair trying to decide between those guys every week.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
uh, Chris, God, Alan Lazard, Lahan. I mean, does somebody have like incriminating pictures? I don't know. I don't understand what's happening here. Juwan Jennings, though, I mean, that looks good.
Looks
I
real
don't know.
good.
Give me Jeremy to notch his first win of the year.
Oh, me too. I'm taking Jeremy. I can't pick Caden Lahan to win a game. Much as I like the kid, I just I the trade he made with Josh I'm still steaming. I just feel like he got the two worst players out of that
Yeah,
deal. So a little bummed there. But you know what? This is the Juwan Jennings. I think this is a pretty important game because I feel like he's either going to go for another 30-point game or he's going to have one catch for 7 yards.
yes, there's
And
no middle ground.
it'll be Ayuk that breaks out. So I guess we'll see. I Carr has some tough choices, but Evans and Godwin, both Tampa Bay quarterbacks,
Yeah,
wide receivers, is super interesting.
it's a fun choice.
It's super fun. Like you'd want to have that game on TV. You get done preaching, you
Yeah.
get out of church, you sit down, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I'm gonna watch the entire game because every time Baker throws a pass, it better be to one of my guys. So
Yeah, yeah.
Goddard with a huge game last week for
Yeah, man, that was fun. That big old catch, and he's
so
rumbling down the side. Run, boy, run! Just couldn't
pretty
get there.
exciting. So
Yeah, it was
uh
fun.
I also think the Cowboys versus Daniel Jones is really interesting here for the dude abides. I think that his defense could score 30. So and then we
Yeah,
have Brandon taking on a winless Chadwick team. Break this
man.
down for us.
Yeah, yeah. Tolkien won last year in week 6, 99-94. This is the mediocre quarterbackathon. I think Kyron Williams may do enough versus the Bears to make up for Chad's woeful. Oh no, he doesn't even have a number 2. Okay, he's going with 3 wide receivers. He's just doing it. Let's do it. I love it. Shotgun, man. Yeah. So I like both of Brandon's running backs a lot better. Um, man, is it threat level midnight for? Oh yeah, he's got Mark Andrews out. Holy cow! Colby Parkinson era has begun. Man, I don't see how cute intern Brandon doesn't keep Chad out of the win column another week.
Yeah.
Uh, and then Chad's next 2 games are against the 2 of us, by the way.
Whoa.
So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, give me Brandon.
Okay, I'm taking Brandon too. I'll be very curious about how Garrett Wilson's going to look in the weeks to come. I think that they're so keen on him significantly, and I think
Yeah.
that he's probably going up against Surtain in that game against Denver.
Yeah, man, Surtain has been locking people down.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
He seems like the corner right now. I'm not an
Oh,
NFL
yeah.
expert, but like it seems like that's the guy you don't want your player to have to face.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just talked about the Dallas Cowboys. getting a lot of points against the Giants. But I feel like Malik's the one guy right now that you kind of want. I like this matchup because you've got Harrison versus Malik right across from one another.
Yeah,
It's the freshman
that's
wide
fun.
receiver game. Pretty fun game here. And but I'll take Brandon. And now we have the game of the week.
Oh, here we go.
Looking
Game of the
forward to
week.
this. I've got a sponsor, and
Oh.
I'm so thrilled that the Laser Quest on May and Hefner. We've all been there. We've all played Laser Quest.
Yeah, birthday parties.
It's a birthday party staple. Of course, no longer in business, but I found some pictures on the internet. I just wanted to reach out. Thanks for the Laser Quest former owners for reaching out. And I found this picture of just of a kid's listening to the instructions, and I found that this kid picking his butt. This kid.
Oh, wonderful,
right
wonderful detail.
Right there. A great moment in Laser Quest history. And it's just too bad it's out of business, but I want to thank Laser Quest for sponsoring the game of the week, the Vipers
Yes.
the Kid. Take us to
Man. Okay, Vipers beat you last week, week 5, 102-98. That was a tight one.
Oh, wow.
I think Stroud has a bounce back this week. It is the hapless Jaguars. I mean, we just saw Josh Allen just carve them up. So you're hoping, and it's a division game, so they know each other better. I don't know. I really like what Geno Smith and Seattle passing game have been up to. Man, the Detroit defense with Aiden Hutchinson is nasty, but I do like Geno this week.
Yeah, you can throw on Detroit. He just has to get a few sacks, but you can throw on him. Arizona did.
Yeah. Somehow Jordan Mason versus Kamara is this epic matchup, which I did not see, a month ago. RB2 remains a problem for Jay. I don't know. What did I have here? Justin Jefferson versus Rice. That feels like a wash. Like those two guys are both like playing above everybody else right now. I like Nico way more than Tyreek. I do think Mike McDaniel he's gonna have to figure out some ways to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Man, you would think Kelsey would be an advantage over Jawan Johnson, but he's just kind of like just hanging out on the field.
Yeah.
I'm rooting Jay, but I don't think he's got enough to beat you. So my heart's with Vipers, but I get Karate Kids for the win.
Okay, I'm going to take the kid here, but it's I am worried about that Niners defense versus New England as far as when I look across the line there to be able to see some of those teams. And sometimes I think my team may rise and fall on CJ and Nico. Does Nico catch a touchdown? It's just such a big bonus to have to have that stack.
It's just
that is just but CJ didn't look very good. So I'm super curious about the week ahead. This has been your SoonerNation Fantasy Football League Week 3 recap, Week 4 preview. Thanks for watching, everybody. Aaron, thanks for all the research you put into the show. This was a fun one, and sorry for the annoying show that you had to put up with these two guys for the last hour.
Yeah, good job, Jason.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Worst of luck. Bye-bye.
Worst of luck to you. See ya.